Hello everybody and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for the sign of Leo this evening. First, I'll cleanse your space with some Palo Santo. I'll be doing a you and them reading. We're going to look into the relationship that is on your mind right now. And I'll be pulling cards for your energy, their energy, the relationship as it stands now, and the potential outcome. And if this does not resonate for you, then be sure to check out your other zodiac placements, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or Venus. Take what resonates and leave what does not. This is for Leo. Okay, what messages do we have for Leo and their person for the greatest and highest good of the connection and of the individuals involved? This is for Leo. This is for Leo. This is for Leo. Okay, in the bottom of the deck energy, we have the Knight of Wands. So some passionate, fast-moving energy. Really fired up about wherever this energy is going, okay? There's determination, there's drive, virility, all the very thrusty things. Okay, so Leo, on your side, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Three of Swords. On your person's side, we have the Moon, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. In the connection as it stands now, Queen of Wands, Five of Wands, Nine of Swords. In the possible outcome, Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and Page of Wands. So Leo, it looks to me like, you're bringing some balanced energy to this connection. There's some equal give and take, at least in your intentions and where you're coming from, how you're showing up. You're looking very confident in the context of this relationship here at this time. However, in the finish, it looks like there's some pain here, because perhaps you're experiencing a cycle of some kind. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. You may be experiencing some sort of karma. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, and that's how it goes. I also like to call that card like making our choices and getting clearer, right? Like for every action, there's a reaction, and like we continue on making choices. So, we'll look into that and see what exactly led to this pain here at the finish, because you're looking, this is a very strong energy. Perhaps you were spreading your energy too thin. Maybe you could be feeling a little burnt out. We'll look into it. So for your person's side, they have the Moon, the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So it looks like this person, in the context of this relationship right now, is feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry. They're really up in their head about things. There's also stuff that they are either not showing you, or they are unaware of what is happening inside of themselves. And so a way to cope with that is to just, keep your head down and work, and underneath that, with basically like identity, drive, they're kind of apprehensive about what to do. They might be feeling very vulnerable, not really sure. But they do want to initiate something, and it would appear down here that maybe they want to initiate continual investment, because with the Seven of Pentacles, it's somebody that's continuing to, water the plant, tend to the garden, tend to the pentacles, the tangibles, actually really wanting to make some effort, some tangible effort in investment and making something grow. This can also be an energy of having tried to make something grow, to make something develop, and it didn't really bear the fruit that they wanted to see. So it can also be known as like kind of going back to the drawing board, like a reevaluation, like what works, what doesn't, and then let's tweak the plan. It definitely isn't like throw the baby out with the bathwater if something isn't working. Like when we see the Seven of Pentacles is like, I want this to work, I want this to grow. So in the context of the relationship as it stands right now, there's some conflict in between you guys. You're looking really good, really attractive, really confident. Queen of Wands, she's just like very, it's very hard to put this into words, but this is a confident figure, okay? So you've been bringing a lot of confidence. So I would wonder if this person might be intimidated, but with the Five of Wands in the middle, I would imagine that there is this may not be like from afar, like a crush, although it could be, but it's interesting because with the Five of Wands, it's like a conflict about how to do or what to do. It's like there's more than one way to skin a cat, basically. That's an old saying. And so you or your person could be experiencing input from outside sources with regard to this relationship. Both you and them could be at odds with how to go about doing something. And given that it's in alignment here with the Seven of Pentacles, perhaps you guys have been in conflict and have had different ideas about how this shared goal and this relationship was going to grow. Okay, so let's look into it. All right, what is your person? And if I didn't say it before, the energies can be flipped, so take it as it resonates wherever you identify more. Okay, then that's, just because it's a general reading here on the internet, so we'll see what comes out. So what's up with this Nine of Swords energy? What's got this person all up in their head? What's going on? Okay. The Nine of Swords. They could be worried about an ending after shuffling those shuffles. The World card was on the bottom. Got a little peek. So that could be a part of it. But let's see. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Okay. So for the Nine of Swords, we have the High Priestess, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. So it looks like your person is feeling pretty anxious about, you know, maybe they're getting intuitive hits. It would appear that they really wanted to build something with you, really wanted to cooperate, collaborate, come together over a shared goal, right? And either they're seeing you as the Queen of Cups, or they were bringing the Queen of Cups energy into this shared endeavor. But their intuition, you know, it's interesting because the High Priestess and the Moon, those are both like mysterious energies, right? So I think that your person's feeling up in their head because they don't know what's going on. They feel like there's something hidden from them, right? You know, they know that you both have been working on something together. This can also be considered a friendship card. Sometimes it can indicate like a third party card. So maybe they're worried, like if you guys were both coming together, if there's another person in the mix on some level. But that's pretty, you know, with regard to the Pentacles, that's about what you want to build. Like it's usually like we're building something together, right? So it would appear that they're in their head about things unknown. They're worried because they don't have answers. Okay. Where is this teamwork going? What's happening? Okay. Okay. Let's look at let's just go ahead and clarify the nature of the relationship here in the middle. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. So we have a Queen of Wands on this side and a Queen of Cups on this side. So that's some very strong energy. My teacher, Megan Angus, she says that whenever you see a queen pop up, it's like a high five from the universe, which is nice. And a lot of folks think that the king is like the top dog of the suit, but it's actually the queen. The king is ready to circle on back, but they have, of course, they have many strengths, but they're kind of at the end of the line there. Okay, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Ooh. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Tower. So the Queen of Wands energy here is bringing in, like, they want to continue. See, I like this. There's the Seven of Pentacles here and the Seven of Pentacles here. So they want to continue to invest in this, right? They're continuing to water the plant. They want to see it grow. But like I said before, there could be some, you know, what works, what doesn't work, you know. Maybe you guys have kind of bumped into something that didn't work. Maybe one of you thought that one thing would work, and there was conflict on that, on how to do something, what to do to make something grow here, because you're working on something together, you know, cooperating on something. And so with the Seven of Wands, it's like, you know, Leo, it would appear that you still have a dog in this fight, right? But with the Tower, something is changing. Something is, you know, fate or the universe, or the kind of just the nature of like the universal flow could be bringing in something to sweep the to sweep this once stable thing off of its foundation, right? And sometimes with the Tower, it's like, or not even sometimes, I mean, with the Tower, it shows up in circumstances where our intuition has been telling us that something needs to shift and something needs to change. Towers can come in when we are feeling a level of stagnancy. And so then it's kind of like, you're not doing anything about it. So, you know, this is the universe talking, right? Like, you're not doing anything about it. Let's make the outside circumstances change it, you know? So something is shifted. It's typically very unexpected, but sometimes people can see it coming. And I think that this Tower moment, because this is all in alignment here, that could be also what is causing your person to feel worried and anxious. What's the Five of Wands about? Because it is still very vague, which is interesting because, you know, with the High Priestess and the Moon, it's like there's mystery here. But as I read the energies, you see how they fit. Don't make it fit, but, you know, if it's sounding like, oh, okay, yeah. The theme, we get the themes, right? Okay, Five of Wands. Five of Wands. Five of Wands. Five of Wands. I always forget to grab my glasses. And I could see, it's just so I could feel my eyes straining. Okay, so the Five of Wands is clarified by the Page of Wands, the World, and the Justice. So there's a cycle that's coming to a close, which is interesting in the face of this Seven of Pentacles, because it's like, what are you guys going to continue to... So this could be the closing of one cycle and the beginning of another, because you guys are going back to the drawing board to kind of figure out how to still stay engaged in whatever this shared goal is, or the shared long-term idea. Because, you know, the Pentacles are stability, tangibles. Typically it's like they're seeds that we're planting for the future, you know, and also benefiting from the harvest as we go along in our Fool's journey. So but there is a cycle closing, and with the Page of Wands, there's an initiation. There's an initiation of a new passion, maybe even like a new action, a new path, right? It's something new. So I get the sense that you came in, because this is falling on your side, but like I said before, if you resonate more here, then claim that. But over on this person's side, you could have wanted, or this person could have wanted to introduce a new aspect, introduce a new idea, or not idea, but a new action into this, right? Page of Wands. Pages bring messages, and they also initiate. And whatever that new thing was, is going to be closing off this cycle. But there is and that's bringing conflict. That is, you guys are at odds about the new action you're wanting to take here. And with the Justice, it's not just about being fair and balanced, it's also about truth. It's also about getting down to the bare bones of the situation, which I really like that energy and that imagery, because it does tie in with the Seven of Pentacles, because that's, like I said before, it's kind of going back to the drawing board. So, you guys are gonna, right now it looks like there's anxiety and there's worry, but you guys want to figure out a way to continue to work something out, but we'll see as we go, okay? But there is a Tower here, and there's boundaries. There's boundaries. So Leo, perhaps you've set a boundary with this person and they're feeling, I don't see any left out in the cold energy, but there's worry here. Things are feeling mysterious. Okay. Let's look at the moon. What's up behind what's behind this moon? Let's see if we can peek behind the veil a little bit here. Okay, the moon. Okay, so the moon is clarified by the Sun, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Cups. So your person is feeling like there's something that they're not seeing. There's something hidden from them. And what's hidden, or what's clarifying the moon, is a sense of, boredom, discontent, disappointment, or some sort of kind of like here's the hand of fate handing you the fourth cup, right? And it's kind of like this miracle. And the person in the Four of Cups is like, harumph. It's my harumph card. So there's a feeling of harumph in between this beautiful Sun energy and then this beautiful Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a soul recognition, soul connection, like a very deep bond, right? And it can be like this very sweet, strong sense of home in one another. So this could be siblings, this could be friendship, it can be love. It is love, because it's all there. Don't you jump on this table, Gail. No. I know. This incense is getting in my face. It's making my eyes kind of burn. Oh. Okay, you can get up on the table then. I guess you're just gonna do what you're gonna do. Okay. So that's so interesting. It's like something is hidden, but then something's illuminated. Maybe it scares this person that because this is landing on their side. maybe what's hidden, I don't know. Because it can also be confusion, delusion, like there's a lot of like mental, it's like worry. I feel like what I'm getting from this is that this person is thinking, what's going on? You know, I know that there's this soul connection here and it's always been happy and bright and sweet, but yet there's a sense of discontent and rejection that they're feeling. They're, you know, and I can't quite, I mean, I'm thinking that they might be feeling like they're being rejected rather than doing the rejecting, or just kind of like the harumph, kind of leave me alone, or the harumph, I don't want to come outside and play right now. That's it. I don't want to come outside and play with you right now. Because we got like the play, you know, yeah. That came in. Because it's like you go outside and you play in the sunshine and these little kids are like digging in the sand on the beach. It's such a sweet energy. Ooh. But they're feeling worried because, like, I think that they feel like you're kind of like not wanting to come out and play. Okay. And this is like, you know, this can be friendship too, you know. Okay, so let's do the Six of Pentacles. Maybe what's happening, because the Six of Pentacles can be like spreading your kind of spreading your energy around, like sharing with a lot of different people, and so maybe they're feeling like you're not paying that much attention to them. And they're like, hey, here we're on this, we're planting something, we're working on something. And then here's this new drive to initiate. So we'll see what's going on with the Six of Pentacles. Put this right here. Okay, because that made it better. I just wanted to get it out of the way because I like lining up the cards right there. Okay. Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Temperance, and the Hermit. So there really could be a feeling of having spread yourself so thin that it's like time to like take a break and go do some soul searching, and, you know, not necessarily isolation, but just like kind of going inward and taking some time to reflect. You know, being gentle with yourself, being patient with the process. You know, this Temperance is also an indicator of change, like internal change in oneself. And I always like to see those two together because it's like an indicator that, like, you know, you're doing some work around this whole aspect, around this whole, oh my God. My cat is going all crazy. wigging out on the carpet. Okay, I'm going to try not to get distracted by her. So perhaps right now you're doing a lot of reflection, a lot of soul searching around how you like kind of spread yourself a bit thin. Like the Six of Pentacles, depending on what's next to it, can be a reminder to like not burn yourself out. So maybe you're kind of taking a break from this business to like not burn yourself out, because you know this is a highly emotional experience. You know, the Ace of Cups is like a new beginning in love, but it's also like overwhelming feelings because it's like overflowing, right? It's just like whoosh. And so there's a lot of feelings here. There's a lot of feelings here. And keep in mind, like, this is a relationship reading, so it's like what you've been bringing is this. You've been wanting to bring a sense of balance, and perhaps you have been feeling that things are like kind of beginning to get a little out of balance or something, because you're kind of like, oh, I got to break left and go take some time alone. And this is I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. You know, with the Page of Wands and the Ace of Cups, perhaps you are thinking about, you know, what next emotional experience you're going to have, whether you do want to go have a new love object, right? Or start a new thing in love. Another thing could be that, you know, we have like the Ace of Cups and then the Queen of Cups. So, you know, if you see this person as your love object, your love, that could be, you could be taking a break because you guys have been quarreling here. And we have the World here. So that's like that's an ending of a cycle. Okay. And with balance, with justice, and the Six of Pentacles, it's like, how am I going to be fair in this? What's fair? What's fair? Okay. Because in the finish, we also have like heartache down here. So there's some pain. There's some pain. There's pain about this cycle that you're in. Perhaps the World is like, I want to break out of this cycle. Like, how do we grow? What do we want to grow? You know, and what are we building together? Because sometimes it can feel like just kind of going around and around. You could be feeling stuck, kind of stuck, like a hamster on a hamster wheel, you know. But you look good. With the Queen of Wands there, you're looking good. Okay. All right. What is this cycle? Let's do the Wheel of Fortune. 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 Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Knight of Wands. We have Knight of Wands energy up there. Ace of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is like long-term, you know, relationship, just like kind of, it's basically, the 9 is the single person who's got all their bounty, and then the 10 is like they bring a partner into it. It's really signifies like, you know, the family, the end, like the end. the end. It's the end of the pentacles, right? It's kind of like you've arrived with regard to your tangibles, you know, relationship, partnership, family, you know, just stability, like long-term stability, okay? So in this cycle, you know, there's a truth around, and could be even a truth and a revelation around, you know, long-term plans, long-term stability. But with the Knight of Wands energy here, the Knight of Wands is typically like here for a good time, not for a long time, right? And people can also call it like the player card, whatever, because there's just so much virility and verve and like zest, and drive and sexiness and determination from this figure. Like, this is a sexy person, you know, or it's like a sexy energy. Same as the Queen of Wands as well. So, you know, with the cycle, you know, going around and around, you know, what's the truth around this cycle when it comes to having long-term stability and like family and just kind of settling down, or continuing to play, continuing to have fun and, you know, play the field or what have you. Okay. There's a truth about this stability. I think that the truth of the cycle is probably maybe there's a resistance between these two things, because those are two opposite energies. They really are, you know. And it's interesting, like in these cards, in this figure, there are these two people talking. There's a little ranch, house, grandma's in the background, whatever. It's like they're tending to the farm, right? And it's like, this is beyond the 7 of like, what are we gonna grow? It's like, yeah, we've grown it, and here it is, and now that we've grown it, we're maintaining it. And these people are happy here, right? But this figure is talking to this person and looking that way, and then this Knight of Wands is like, you know, going this way. What are you doing? My goodness. You're playing, huh? You got all kinds of energy. You were just alone all day. You were all by yourself today while Mommy was at work, huh? Okay. Speaking of work, let's go ahead and look at the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles in this context is like, this person could be like responding to their anxiety by just focusing on what is in their immediate sphere of influence, and, you know, their sense of mastery. And you know, a lot of people, if they're having a hard time, they're like, okay, they can distract themselves in their work or in their craft of whatever it is. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. So that's interesting. We have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups on either end here. So there's feelings of grief here. There can also be feelings of regret, grief and regret in between this juggling act and the Knight of Cups energy. That's really interesting because the Knight of Cups is like very kind of Casanova, very charming energy. So this person, you know, with regard to them working, they could be trying to juggle these feelings of grief and also putting themselves out there, right? Or, you know, I mean, take it as it resonates. It's like there's sadness here, but yet there's also some verve of wanting to get out and start something new in a romantic sense. Because the Knight is also offering their cup. So perhaps this person is working because they're juggling like, okay, is this really over? Or am I gonna like hang in there and keep offering my cup? Or am I sad because, you know, with whatever has happened in this relationship, now I'm, you know, single and gonna go mingle. Huh. I'm trying to, yeah, I mean, sometimes I can really find the storyline, but I feel honestly that this storyline just is like keeps coming out like in different variations, but of like the same theme. And that really could have something to do with, I'm not an astrologer, so I definitely, you know, don't want to veer out of my lane, but I do know that like right now, or at least like this week, like right now, moon is in Cancer, and that can be a very emotional moon. It is a very emotional moon. It's a very psychic moon. It's very intuitive. And on the 7th, Saturn is going to be moving into Pisces. And Saturn has been in Aquarius for like a really long time. I don't know how long, maybe 30 years? I don't know. Yeah. Because when they say Saturn return, that's like a 28, that's typically 27, 28, somewhere around there, years. And so, you know, Saturn is moving into Pisces, and that's bringing, like, there's all kinds of crazy astrology happening right now. You know, the cosmos are really having a big effect on how people are feeling. And so it's a shift. There's a lot of changes happening right now. A lot of things shifting. Okay. Let's look at the Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Yeah, so the Three of Swords is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So there's sadness here around your stability, and I'm thinking instability around your stability. There's sadness there. And the Three of Wands indicates like kind of like a waiting, or like, yeah, like waiting, like you're waiting for, maybe you're waiting for your ship to come in with regard to your stability, you know, like maybe you haven't found what you're looking for yet. Yeah, I mean, because like there's kind of giving your giving your energy equally, that's kind of burning you out, and like it's feeling overwhelming. There's a desire to want to continue to work on this, but maybe working on this may not, I don't know if it's if you want to continue to work on it with this person, or if there's conflict over that. Because there's an ending. A cycle is closing. It's changing, like, but that's just it. There's also conflict down here internally around this entire theme of this cycle. Okay, there's this, it's just kind of can be feeling, like I said before, hamster on a wheel. Like maybe you're wanting to find your stability, and that's what is maybe wanting to find your 10 of Pentacles. But yet there can be conflict with around that with the Knight of Wands. But either way, there's sadness around instability with your trying to find your stability in an unstable kind of cyclical experience. Maybe you're waiting for something to come in and change it, and here's this Tower. Perhaps you brought on, because sometimes we can bring on our own Tower moments, right? Whether consciously or unconsciously. So there's a working, okay, because with all these cards, you can read them this way, but you can also read them this way. And, going inward, working towards, wanting to grow your stability, and then waiting for whatever that is, wanting to see what's going to come in next. And in this card here, we have this person is like letting go of this falcon, right? It's like the bird is like launching from their arm, and then there's another bird coming in, and then there's another bird coming in behind that, right? So maybe you're waiting for the thing that's going to break this cycle for you. Here's a little secret. Only you can break your cycles. If you're finding that there's a pattern that you possess, you're the one who has that. You're the one who has that ability to change that. And so maybe that's a part of the truth, a part of your truth, and a part of your change in here is that you're trying to break this cycle between this Knight of Wands energy and the settling down energy. Let's do the Page of Wands. And I'll do a little synopsis for this side too, for what your person or you, if you identify more with this side, is experiencing. Okay, Page of Wands. I'm getting tired. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. But I had a really long day at work today. A really long day at work today. I almost didn't do the reading, but I was like, no, I usually feel energized, I usually feel stimulated after the reading, but I'm definitely ready for like pajamas and couch and blanket after this. Okay, the Page of Wands is clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Wands. So it's interesting, yeah. So, maybe your person is in their singlehood. I think that this is probably a separation. Maybe you were thinking that you were going to build a future with this person. Or no, maybe they thought they were, I don't know, maybe you both thought you were building something together, right? But yet there was a lot of unspoken things, unspoken aspects around that, which caused them a lot of anxiety and pain. And then we have the Knight of Cups here and the single card, and make no mistake, like the Nine of Pentacles is very strong energy, very, very strong energy. Like, it's like referred to as the Empress's little sister, really. Having the abundance within themselves, having the independent, and it's an energy, so it doesn't need to be exclusively female, like it's an energy. So it's like, being independent, having your own empire, like basically having gotten to a place in your life where you don't have to really want for anything. You got your shit on lock, like you got a stable job, stability as far as a single person goes, because people don't always have to like settle down and get married in order to have a stable life. Like, that's definitely a construct. But the Nine of Pentacles, like if you were to embark on a relationship with someone, the Nine of Pentacles is a good energy for them to possess and for you to possess, to then make something come together to be stable, happy, and fulfilling, and all of that. So this person wants to, they're initiating something, but there's apprehension. Maybe they're not too sure what they want to initiate, right? I mean, they're thinking about it during the day while they're working, because it's like, here they are, it's like they're juggling, like, okay, I'm holding both things right now. I'm feeling sad, and maybe I am feeling motivated to get back out there, right? Like this person, speaking for that person, and then, sharing more of my energy, but yet it's like there's a labor of love in that, but also a heaviness and a feeling like continuing to try. Like, this is a new interpretation of this card that I've heard recently, that you can also interpret the Ten of Wands as continuing to try. The other aspect is like this person can feel like they're trying to be many things to many people, because wands are our identity, our verve, our life's action, our life's purpose. And so, but with all of that, carrying all of those wands can feel, this person is feeling weighed down in where they want to put their energy next, or just if they want to continue to put their because this is investment too. Six of Pentacles is, sharing with others, and investing in more than one person. It's like investing in your community. Like typically it's like been, traditionally being very charitable. So weighed down feeling in what they want to initiate next, because they are independent. And I feel like this connection made this person very happy. But hidden energies and unspoken energies and what they didn't know, what they just didn't know, made them feel very worried. And with the High Priestess, you know, that's an invitation to do more work on the self, really delving into the spirit, diving deep. It's an invitation because the High Priestess is the gatekeeper to that experience, whereas the Hangman, and I learned this recently in one of my classes, the Hangman is like, you're in that experience, like you are in it. And that's something, because the Hangman is connected to Pisces. It's the Pisces card, and we are in Pisces season right now, and Saturn is moving into Pisces. So I think that a lot of people are like really in their shit right now. Yes. It's such an overwhelming time. Okay. So let's look here, because this is the potential outcome, right? And it's like in between these two people, there's still the Seven of Pentacles. You know, it's like, yeah, there's a closing off of this cycle, but there could be a growth of another one. So like, what is that? Are they going to grow it together? Are they growing it separately? Like, what's going on here? Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, this is really something that's very, it's like, I feel like such a bittersweet energy coming off of this reading. It's kind of sad. So the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Swords, the Lovers, and the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is a commitment. It's something that we like find such deep value in, something that's integrated in us, you know, our belief system, our ethos. And like with the Lovers here, right in the middle of the Seven of Pentacles, it would make me wonder if these people are going to try to work on it, or maybe, I mean, because it's like this person's letting go of a bird while two others are coming in the back, and there's this cycle, and here's the cycle, like the Wheel of Fortune. It's like the Wheel of Fortune is like we make our choices and we get clearer. And the other meaning, the other fuck around and find out card. I can't take full credit for that. That's Megan's saying. But yeah, so it's like, and then here's the Three of Swords, and here's the Three of Swords. So, you know, this person, maybe they initiated a wrap of this cycle, right? Because maybe they weren't seeing the fruits that they wanted to see. I don't know. But, you know, we got like double heartbreak energy right here. So you and your person are feeling sad. Because look at that. The Six of Cups energy, which is right above the Queen of Cups. It's like we have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and then the Ten of Wands, you know? And so the Queen being with the Knight, right? And it's like, okay, there's a soul connection here, but there can be something that can be also hard about that. But it's like, I don't know if it's both of them together, but it's like they're still trying, right? They're still trying. So I think this person can be feeling weighed down by their singlehood, you know. But yet then they could also be burdened or weighed down by, you know, expending their energy all over the place. I think you both have been, there's some kind of mirroring energy right here, you know, because there's overwhelm and emotional, like, I gotta go kind of chill for a little while because spreading my energy around has been in spreading my tangibles, like sharing with so many people and doing for so many people has been very tiresome. And this person can be feeling that too. And so maybe they're wanting to initiate, this person might be wanting to initiate continuing to work on this with the Lovers and the Hierophant, and the heartbreak, you know, wanting to soothe that heartbreak through that, continuing to work on this connection. And this person is feeling heartbroken, you know, because of this kind of, maybe this cycle that they're locked in, like the contradiction between the two energies, like I'd said before. You know what I think I'm going to start doing, and I'll do it with your reading tonight, is I'll pick some advice. Like, what's the advice? Because the past couple of readings have been pretty heavy with this subject matter, like I said, for like all the signs, and I felt, and that's the other thing, it's like I feel like this week, especially when I do a reading, it's kind of left hanging. And so I think that can be like a collective experience right now, where like things are changing, they're transitioning, especially this week, you know, and even astrologically, right? Like, so in the transition, there can be feelings of not being anchored in one or the other yet, because you're like in this in-between space. And there can be a feeling of anxiety because you don't know what's going to happen next, you know? So my point being is that I felt the need to, I've been feeling this pull to pull a couple more cards for advice. So what's the advice here? You know, sometimes we gotta let the tower fall in order for things to be built back up anew. And so with the tower being in alignment with the nature of the relationship right now, coupled with the World card thrown right there smack in the middle of everything, you know, this cycle needs to come down so a new cycle can come up. whatever that's going to look like. Because we can see intentions on both sides and we can see the conflict, but, you know, we don't know yet. We're not supposed to know. We're not supposed to know yet. Okay. Some advice. What's the advice? Spirit, what's the advice? Something gentle, something, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a little bit of salve thrown on this. Okay. Okay. So the advice is the Hanged Man, the Judgment, and the Knight of Swords. So, when you do decide to have a conversation, what you want to do before you rush in to have a conversation. Okay? And that's another thing. This week could be a very, very tricky week to have conversations, especially in our relationships. And I'll credit Jessica Lignato for that one, because if she's an astrologer and I listened to her podcast, and she was saying that this week is a tough one because of all the things I mentioned earlier, right, that are happening astrologically, and there can be a want and a drive to have conversations, to get down to the bare bones, you know, to the brass tacks of what is happening, because it's like people can be feeling like really confused, and they could be feeling like they don't know what the fuck is happening. And so prior to doing that, this advice is saying don't go in half-cocked. You really need to sit with these feelings and sit with this experience, because the Hanged Man is like such incredibly potent energy, and it is the card right now. Like, it's basically surrendering to the painful experience that's happening, but also letting it really sink in and cleanse, like, and really sink in, and getting a different perspective on the situation, and having it contribute and having it like help develop your spiritual growth, having it help develop your person, like your personhood, like your spirit, your soul, your psyche, your everything, like your being. Like, what's happening right now is very, very significant with regard to how much it's going to help you spiritually grow. You know, I mean, it's huge. And the thing is that this experience is different for everybody. Whatever it is that they're struggling with, whatever it is that they're just having to surrender to and feel. You know, it's like Buddha, it's like Siddhartha under the Bodhi tree, right? Or Jesus being crucified on the cross is like, whatever it is that is going to put you in suspension, where you are there and you are just sitting there for days on end. After you, it's like you're sitting there for as long as it takes to have this kind of awakening, and that's really the energy of the Hanged Man. And then in the middle of that, we have the Judgment. So I really do think that you guys need to spend this time in your, like suspended in this pain and really kind of just, or this discomfort of not knowing, and sitting with that, surrendering to that. So then when you do kind of have this awakening, then you'll be better equipped to make that judgment call as to how you want to move forward, and what you want to communicate. So that's the advice. Don't act impulsively right now. You need to really just be in it, and it's okay. It's a safe place to be. Like, you can be with yourself. It can feel incredibly overwhelming and anxiety producing, but when you surrender to it, then that's very, very powerful. So that's the advice. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. So you can look really good while doing it. You can like be totally hot while surrendering to the pain, and your spiritual enlightenment is gonna look really good on you. Okay, kids. This is a really long reading. Sorry. Whenever I'm tired, I end up just kind of rambling, but all my readings are really long. I've been like trying to be more succinct and make them shorter, but it's like everything, it's like so incredibly deep. And if I made them shorter, I'd have to pick like way less cards. Like, I seriously like have like 1,000 cards out here. But I can't help it. I'm nosy. I want to know. Okay. And I also shuffle forever because while I'm shuffling, I get to talk. I'm getting delirious. Okay. Dragon, supernatural. Yes. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. I mean, I honestly think that that's what we're all going through right now, right? Like, in this collective energy of like, there's a shape shifting, or like there's a hanged man energy happening right now, right? On the collective. So, and that, I mean, supernatural, like awakening to this shape shifting, coming out of it, like coming out of it reformed with a brand new perspective and just a whole new thing, new way of being. Okay. Butterfly, rebirth. Oh my gosh, hello. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can reinvent. Oh, thank you. I always want to call her Claire, but that's not her name. It's Gail. But like, she's so much like, I want to call her Claire. She's clairvoyant. Okay. Butterfly, rebirth. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You are brilliance to share. Oh, you have brilliance. Okay, let me start over. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. Oh, I like that. That's a really nice message. Owl, magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up, Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Nice. I think I'm going to leave it there, Leo. I usually pick more oracles, but I think that this is I think like just that those animal cards were just like really, really just the cherry on top. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing and all the things. And I look forward to giving you another reading soon. Okay, bye.